Okay, explain NFTs to people that don't know what you're talking about, because I don't know what you're talking about.
If you're interested in losing your money on crappy NFTs, this video is not for you. So who is this for? Well, either you're brand new to the NFT space or you've been rugged and really lost your appetite for NFTs. That's why we're doing these deep dive reviews, to understand the founders, the community, the utility, and all the things that are happening underneath the actual JPEG. All right, so we chose this first company because we also don't want to lose our money on crappy NFTs. First thing is the founders. Now, one of the biggest, I guess, pain points, or one of the biggest issues that personally I've had with investing into projects is, like, I have no idea who's running the project, what their background is, if they've ever done a scam or a rug pull. They're anonymous. Like, that just doesn't work for me and most people that really I know that want to invest into this space. So for this project, that we know who the founders are, we can clearly see their background, and we can relate to their experience as well. So it's really refreshing to see that. And the second thing is the community, like actually getting to know who's involved behind the scenes. And if you haven't been involved in an NFT community, it's pretty crazy. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a social club, if you will, or a country club, but it's all digital, of course. But really supportive, encouraging. I actually met a couple people that are from Austin, so it was cool to meet actual real humans that we could meet up and talk. And the last thing is that it's so much more than just a JPEG, or so much more than just an NFT. This particular project has consumer goods out into the marketplace that you can actually buy. Now, a lot of people will complain, or a lot of people say negative things about the NFT markets because it's just a picture, or it's just, you know, some digital representation. And some of them are, right? And so that's actually why we're doing what we're doing, is to find the best projects out there. Quick disclaimer before we dive in, this is not financial advice. We are not being paid to do this. And this is just our opinion as a newcomer into this space. So we've got a really simple approach and scorecard that we created here, covering these criteria: the art, the founders, the community, the onboarding, like how easy is it to onboard, the actual utility, what can be done with the NFT, et cetera, the price point, and really just from our perspective, kind of a trust score. Like, do we trust what's going on here? So the project we are reviewing, I shouldn't call it a project because they're actually a consumer experience brand, is KillaBears. First off, we're gonna go through the scorecard. We're gonna talk about the art. Art is obviously subjective, but they're obviously bears. There's a good variation, right? So I think the quality of the art is really good. The variations are really interesting and good and cute and fun. And like, there's just a lot of layers to what you can do from the art perspective. And so in terms of giving this thing a rating, you know, from 1 to 10, I would give it I guess I'd say an 8.5, an 8.5 on the art. Now, something that's really important to me is just having just a comfort level with who the founders are. As I already mentioned, we can clearly see who the founders are. We've got Ben, McKeel. I don't know who Bean Magnus is exactly. We've got Ben Cohen, and McKeel looks like Tierson. Apologies if I'm saying that incorrectly. And we can clearly see that these guys have backgrounds that basically support what they're doing. It makes sense that they would be doing, you know, sort of a consumer brand experience, NFT, you know, products and services. So I give this an actual 10 out of 10. Okay, so next we have the community. And again, I was just really blown away by how much the community came together, and me as a newcomer, and actually a new account on Twitter as well, how they DM'd me, they invited me to 4 different groups, Twitter groups basically, and sharing information and infographics, and just, you know, DM me if you need any help. I mean, I must have had 10 people just reach out personally, which now, you know, at this point, we've actually bought into 5 or 6 different projects. So I have some sort of frame of reference of how to gauge this stuff. So I give the community a 10 out of a 10 for just being supportive, encouraging, and helping new folks really onboard into the ecosystem. So for the next section, onboarding, and really, for a lack of a better way of saying this, is just ease of use. Some of these projects that you get into are just very, very, very confusing. And as someone who's new to this market, I don't necessarily understand all the steps to take, or maybe don't have time to be in Discord all day, or, you know, every single day learning what to do and when to do it in order to level up and do all the things that you need to do. But I will say this, KillaBears is complex. There are layers to this. I would not say it's the easiest project in the world, and I'm not being negative, I'm just being realistic. As supportive as everyone's been, I feel like it does require a good amount of investment in time to really learn what to do. So in terms of ease of use, I would give it a 6 out of a 10. So for the next section, utility, we're not gonna go into the utility because it would make this video probably 4 hours long, and I don't want that and you don't want that. So what we will do is we will link to a couple things below that you can check out that kind of shows you, you know, step by step, how you can level up and how you can stake and earn rewards and all those things. Obviously, there's a lot of steps there. So we'll definitely make sure that you guys have ample information and guides and some infographics so that you can check it out for yourself. But I would say, again, that it is a bit complex for the newcomer, okay? If you're an OG in the NFT space, probably no big deal to you, but it's kind of like learning a new video game, sort of. All right, so now it's time to get your checkbooks out. Floor price is 0.7344 ETH, which is, not doing the exact math on ETH right now, but it's $1,600, $1,700. I personally think after going through this experience that it's well worth it. And I do feel like with all of the things these guys are doing, it probably will increase in value. Maybe it doesn't, who knows? It could go to 0 for all I know, but I like the project. I love the people involved. I love the community. I think it's a great place to start. So I'll give it a 9 out of a 10. And finally, I think I've touched on this a few times, but just having trust as a category in this scorecard, I feel at this point, I would say 9.8. I trust the people involved and the founders and the community members that I've spoken with 100%, right? I trust their communication. I trust the information that they've given me. I trust their intentions at this point in time. Again, just to kind of repeat myself, I can be completely wrong. I am not telling you to go buy into this. I'm just saying that I've done my homework and I've spent a couple of weeks involved behind the scenes, not being paid in any way, shape, or form, and I'm not biased. We only hold one of these bears, and of course we have to own an NFT to even learn about these. So we are not biased at all. That's it on the KillaBears. I know there's a lot of things we didn't have time to really go into the utility side, but we hope to do a part 2 where we really get into the nitty-gritty. So if you would like that, let us know in the comments, or if there's perhaps even another project that we should jump into, let us know that as well. Connect with us on Twitter @SammyVerse, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.